expert, Professor Dr. T. Venkatesh, who is the ladman of the country. Actually, he is having a lot of experience in medical and not only in national, at the international level. And I am actually blessed with his blessings, which he used to shower always upon us, not only in the form of giving us the information, knowledge, but the beautiful and the laughing face, which actually encourages all of us to work to like this. Is I think that he is working more than 14 hours in a day, maybe more than 14 hours in a day, and still with a smiling face and always energetic. Sir, kindly keep it up, and wish that you will be like this only always. Thank you, sir. Please.
I am audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. Can I share the screen?
Please, sir.
Okay. When I share the screen, okay. Are you able to see the screen? Are you able to see the screen?
No, sir, not yet.
1 minute. When I say share, share screen, share application. What should I do? My specs.
Or otherwise, sir, you WhatsApp it to me or Santoshi, we will share it from this site.
Okay.
Whatever is convenient to you.
Okay. I will email it to you.
Please, no problem, sir.
Yeah. Okay. I will email it to you.
Okay, I'm waiting, sir.
Sari. You have foundation. Okay. Yeah. It's at the bottom. Yes, yeah. Yeah.
Sir, somebody tells me yesterday, the very senior scientist from National Physical Laboratory, that we have very good, we have the data, the data, best data we have right now with us, because all the experts whosoever spoken, this is the latest data. And I have since last 1 year, every Saturday, I have about 40, 50 very good presentations. So he advised me to have a book of this. You can print a book and with the permission of all the experts and publish it on the website so that all the people will be benefited from it.
That will be
Now
great.
your screen is visible. Your screen is visible, sir. Your screen is visible.
Okay.
We can see you.
Now I can control. Okay.
Please, sir. Please.
Okay. Thank you, Ashutosh. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure to be here with you.
Sorry, upper phone button. I'm meeting with you. Okay. Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are very well audible.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Thank you. I'm sorry for this technical hitch and the delay. Anyway, I'll make up my time. Don't worry. And I am extremely grateful to my very, very dear Ashutosh for giving me this opportunity to talk on medical laboratories going beyond accreditation. Now, I will give some basic information in first few slides, and then I will go into quality assurance in detail. Okay? Now,
please, sir.
I do not know how many participants are there. You can give me just an idea. How many are there?
100 plus, sir.
Pardon?
100 plus.
Okay, 100 plus. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
I have, this is my name. In fact, Ashutosh can give you more about my details. I am the CEO of the Foundation for Quality India. Now, coming to the medical laboratories. What are all these medical laboratories? The question comes to our mind. The diagnostic centers, where we go get our urine, blood examined. And it is also an advisory component of healthcare organization. For example, you have hospital, healthcare organizations, hospital. There's an advisory component, that is the medical laboratory medicine. And also, medical laboratories covers routine diagnostic scope and special sections also. What I am trying to tell you, what are the routine diagnostic scope is pathology, microbiology, biochemistry, serology, immunology, molecular diagnostics. But in addition to that, there are special sections covered by medical laboratories. They are radiology, imaging, neurophysiology, Not many people are aware of that. They can go in for the accreditation of the neurophysiology test also. Medical physics, for example, they are called special sections. Now, all this put together, the routine diagnostics, special sections, it is called evidence-based medicine, because I always tell people in any healthcare organization, it is not the neonatologist, it is not the endocrinologist, it is not the cardiologist, cardiothoracic surgeon, it is not neurology, neurosurgeon who are called specialists. The true specialist, super specialist, they are from the evidence-based medicine. That is from the laboratory. Because laboratory people like a pathologist, microbiologist, biochemist will advise. They provide advice to the super specialist in the hospital. That's why medical laboratory people are very important. And the medical laboratory has to provide a very specific, sensitive, accurate diagnosis. Because based on the advice from the medical diagnostic laboratory, the clinician will act, which results in patient care, patient safety. If the laboratory makes any mistake, what will happen? There will be wrong decision by the clinician. There will be patients will be unsafe. There will be wrong treatment. All this can happen. That is called risk. Risk to the patient is caused by two factors. Number one, medicines. Number two, laboratory results. If medicines are wrong, patient is at risk. If medical diagnostic laboratory results are wrong, then patient is at risk. Now, who has to take that blame? The clinician. Therefore, I always say medical laboratories are the backbone of all the treatment protocol, all the patient safety, patient comfort, and patient risk can be minimized. It is a fast developing discipline in medical field. You have medicine, surgery, pediatrics, orthopedics. They are also developing, but the medical laboratories are developing at a very high speed. What technology we are using, what methodology we are using, what tools and techniques we are using about 6 months ago may not be same today. That it's a very fast developing discipline, and hence you see what we normally tell: tomorrow's biochemistry becomes today's biochemistry becomes tomorrow's medicine. And also one more very important thing why medical laboratories are very important. You go to any hospital, ask them their budget. They say our budget is X. Then how much revenue we generate? They say we generate maximum revenue from the medical laboratories, radiology. They generate maximum revenue from these units. Coming to Indian scenario, how many medical diagnostic centers are there in our country? It's a $1 million question. I tell you, it's over 3,65,000 across India. You might be wondering where 3,65,000 has come. I tell you, in our country, this is at government level I'm talking about. In our government and some private sector, in government level itself, we have 2 lakhs, something like plus medical diagnostic laboratory. Where are they? You see, if you see Grama Panchayats in our country, and Quality Council of India, we had tried to give accreditation to Grama Panchayat. In Grama Panchayat, there's a health sector. There's a primary health center. Or some health center is there in Grama Panchayat run by the government. There they do some tests, blood sugar, urine protein, maybe CBC, malarial parasite, blood grouping, pregnancy test. These are all the tests they do. There are more than 2,50,000 Grama Panchayat. Every Grama Panchayat have some testing facility. I have a good news to you. There's a great opportunity for us to improve, because not even a single Grama Panchayat hospital laboratory is accredited as of today. Imagine, apart from private sector, we all think private sector is leading. No, government is leading in diagnosis, but only thing we need to get due recognition. Therefore, testing versus diagnostic centers. What is this testing versus diagnostic center? We have testing is limited to few parameters. Diagnostic examination is limitless. Why I'm telling you, Ashutosh told me just now that there are many, NPL for example, there are many accreditation for under testing and calibration. It will be thermal, a thermometer. Okay, an accreditation laboratory will only give accreditation to thermometer calibration. or testing, for example, food testing, maybe physical, mechanical testing, electrical testing. When you go to diagnostic examination, 17025 is only for testing, whereas 15189 standard is for diagnostic examinations. That is limitless. If you take biochemistry alone, there might be 800 different tests. In molecular biology, there are another equal number. If you look at pathology, so many different pathological conditions, pathological methodologies, microbiology, like that. If you look at diagnostic examination in medical diagnostic laboratory, it's limitless. Coming to the global recognition to medical laboratories. Now, we need to compete with global competitors because we are providing service. Medical
Ji.
diagnostic laboratories are providing service. How do we know that our laboratory is providing right result at right time for the right treatment? That's called quality. Doing right thing at right time for the right purpose is the quality. How do we know our laboratory is providing quality services? This is possible only when our laboratory complies with the international standard requirement in day-to-day functioning of the laboratory. What is this day-to-day functioning? Laboratory has to have a very good system to manage quality. We have to manage quality across the diagnostic center, right from selecting the right type of patient, preparing the patient, collecting the sample, transporting the right type of sample, in time doing the analysis. That is pre-exam, exam, and post-examination activities. That's why in medical diagnostic laboratory, we don't use the word testing. If you take ISO 15189 standard, international standard, there is no term called test. It's all examination, examination, and examination. Earlier, we used to use the term analytical, pre-analytical, post-analytical. That is not applicable to medical laboratories. Medical laboratories, the terminology we use, globally recognized is pre-examination, examination, and post-examination. When the laboratory complies, medical laboratory complies with the requirements of ISO 15189, about which I will tell you a little later, then it has to be certified. Now, who has to certify? It is not the laboratory people nor the customers of the laboratory. Who should certify? It should be third party. Here, the third party is neither the customer nor the owner of the laboratory. These customers, these are neither the customers nor the owners. Who are they? They are the third party. That third party is accreditation body. When an accreditation body recognizes a laboratory that their methodology is as per the international standard requirement ISO 15189, then it gets accreditation. This, everybody please remember, accreditation is not granted to laboratory. Accreditation is not granted to biochemistry or pathology or microbiology by NABL or any organization. Accreditation is not even granted to glucose or urea or creatinine. Accreditation is granted only to test methodology. Please remember this. The test methodology is based on the property of that substance we are estimating. For example, we are estimating in the blood in biochemistry for glucose. Glucose is present in blood, but the property of the glucose is reducing property. Based on that reducing property, methodology is developed. And to that methodology, we require a lot of resources. There are 8 resources, I will tell you. These resources has to be handled by competent people. The competent people are biochemists, technicians, etc. Therefore, when a competent people using quality resources has a methodology based on the property of that analyte, then to that methodology, accreditation is granted. This is called the measurand. It is the measurand which is used for the measurement of any parameter in blood. That is the medical diagnostic laboratory. Therefore, accreditation is granted to test methodology. Therefore, third-party certification by organizations, independent organizations like NABL, QAI, ILAC, EAS. Different countries have different accreditation bodies. Some countries have more than one accreditation body. In a small country like Thailand, small country like Singapore, small country like the Philippines, you have more than one accreditation body. But in a huge democracy with 1.3 billion people, we also need large number of accreditation bodies. One accreditation body may not be able to cater to the entire country. It's something like having only one post office, one bank for the whole country, it will not work. As the more and more number of laboratories go in for accreditation, we need more and more number of the accreditation bodies. Therefore, the third party should not be only one. There should be many third parties in order to create healthy competition amongst themselves. When there's a healthy competition, quality improves. Otherwise, quality may not improve. Coming to the international linkage, accountability, traceability of the laboratory, medical diagnostic laboratory. What the are you able to see the screen, what I am projecting? One of you kindly respond.
So I'm sorry, actually the screen is first one only.
Why it's not changing?
So kindly send me, I'll try to change again, share again.
Okay, you can take control of the screen. You are
Sir, actually,
this screen only.
no, sir, I cannot take, I need the presentation though, so that I can share it from here. Otherwise, sir, you kindly, sir, what you do?
You
So
want
what you do, you just de-share and again share. It will start.
how to do that?
Again share.
Ramesh, Ramesh,
Please accept the request on any desk.
pardon? Ramesh, they are not able to see the screen.
Sir, kindly accept any task. Santosh will run from here.
I stop sharing.
No, sir, you just gives the any task. Okay, stop. Then again start.
Stop. You are doing it.
Okay. And sir, kindly share this presentation with me so that I can share with the participants when we will issue the certificate of participation.
I know, I know. Shall I share right now
Please.
on the PowerPoint? One second. Huh? One second.
Yeah, now it is okay, sir. Now we are at the another slide. Just try to move another slide.
1 minute. Let me move to the next slide. Did it change?
No, sir. It has removed.
Somebody is changing there at your end.
No, not at our end. Santoshji, are you doing?
Checking, sir.
You are trying?
Santosh ji,
Yes, sir. I am trying, sir.
Oh, very good, very good. Please do it. Please do it. Please do it.
you can take control of slides. Are you able to change the slide?
Yes, it is sharing now. It is changing. Santoshji, it is changing now.
Okay. Then I will not change. Let him change. Okay.
Yeah, let him change. Yes, sir.
Make it full screen, Santosh ji. Kindly make it full screen. Okay. Who is it?
No problem. Let it be. Let it be. It is visible.
It's visible, but
Yeah.
you can make it bigger also. Okay, let it be like this. If they request to annotate, share. Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Okay. Now, who is going to change the screen? is happening? I'm able to see.
Please move the
Okay,
slide, sir.
please, you continue.
Can I proceed?
Yes,
Please,
sir.
sir.
Can you go to the previous? It's not going to preview. Oh, okay, okay. Uh, can I also change the screen, or only you have to screen change? Hello.
Santosh ji?
Sir.
Can I also change the screen, or only you have to change?
Both, sir.
Can I change? Or you want to change?
Sir.
Santosh ji, my request is you kindly please change. Sir will speak, you please change.
Okay, I let no go to the previous one. Once you give me green signal, I will start talking.
Okay. Santosh ji, previous one?
Okay, fine. You
Please,
see,
sir. Please, you start.
what I was trying to tell everybody, the accreditation is not granted to laboratory, it's granted to the test methodology. That people should keep in mind. Number two, it's not granted for lifetime, it's granted for a short period of time. The third thing, the accreditation body is an independent body. It is neither the part of the laboratory nor the customer. Now, the laboratories will have to comply with the requirement of international standard. This international standard, if I move my cursor, are you able to see? I am moving my cursor.
Yes,
Cursor.
sir. It is. Yes, we can see. Yes, we can see, sir. We can
Okay,
see.
I am moving my cursor around ISO 15189. It is the international standard. Only this month, the fourth edition is released. That's why I did not put here ISO 15189. It is 2022 now. If I type here 2022, are you able to see? I have typed. Do you see the 2022?
Yes, sir. We can see. We can see.
Okay.
The standard has changed from 2012 to 2022.
It is changed this month. Okay.
Oh,
Therefore,
very good. Very good.
next month onwards, all over the country, we will be providing awareness, education, training to all the
Very
laboratory
good.
people on ISO 15188 2022, either online or on site, depending upon the requirement. Therefore, the
Oh, very good.
laboratories, medical diagnostic laboratories, now they are called, what do? They get patient sample, they conform the result. They confirm the result after assessment. Therefore, they are all bodies called conformity assessment bodies. What does it mean? The medical laboratories are bodies, they conform after assessment. That's why they are called conformity assessment bodies. This conformity assessment body, like your laboratory where you are working, will have to comply with the requirement of this ISO, this standard 15189 of 2022. What is the difference between 2012 and 2022 is 2012 had management requirement in the beginning and then technical requirement. In 2022, it is in online with ISO 9001 2015 and also ISO IEC 17025 of 2017. It is in online with these standards. This is the change. Now, when the conformity assessment body, like your laboratory, when you comply with this requirement voluntarily, there is no mandatory requirement. Okay, please remember, it's voluntary. Medical laboratories can go voluntarily for accreditation. What makes them to go is a different thing. I will tell you. This conformity assessment body has to be checked by the accreditation body, which is called AB. This accreditation body also must be accredited prior to going to the conformity assessment body to grant accreditation. But this accreditation body has to comply with another standard, ISO 17011, which will be checked by another third party. That third party is the regional body. For India, the regional body is APAC, Asia Pacific Accreditation Cooperation. This APAC, like ARAC, like other regional bodies, all the regional bodies are members of international body, ILAC, International Laboratory Accreditation Cooperation. Can you please change this slide? Okay. Now I am coming to this ISO 15189 from 2012 to 2022. You have seen the change now I have made? I hope.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have changed.
The title is very simple. Medical laboratories requirements for only two things: quality and competence. Only two things. Any medical laboratory, when they want to go in for accreditation, they have to demonstrate that they have quality of all resources. And also there are competent people using these quality resources. Please remember, it's very simple. The standard expects laboratory to use only quality resources by competent people. What is quality? Quality is right thing at right time for the right purpose, or something which is affordable by general public. Quality is fitness for purpose. These are various definitions. What I'm trying to tell you, if the blood sample or urine sample, if they say they are a quality sample, it should be fresh, fit for purpose. It should not be old. Then it will not fit for purpose. And also doing right thing at right time for right purpose is quality. If some diabetic patient, if we have to do glucose estimation, only glucose estimation has to be done. That is the quality. If somebody does all other tests except glucose, it is of no use, irrelevant. And competence here refers to very important thing, people working in the laboratory. This competence is called the qualification plus training plus experience. These three together for different levels of people becomes refers to competence. Now, this number very important, this 15, I highlighted that 15. You are able to see that 15 I have highlighted. It's a group. It's for medical. For all standards under 15, they're all standards for medical. The last two digit 89, these two digit 89, for it's a guide prepared by medical laboratory people. Most of them are technicians. They prepared a guide. It's a recommendation. This international standard organization used this guide 89. What did they do after using this guide? They incorporated that into the standard 15, that group 15. In the center, there's the number one, digit number one. One refers to a specific. Zero is generic. The specific is what does an in vitro diagnostic, that is after the tissue or blood is removed from the body, from human body, that human tissue is tested, not when it is inside the body, not animal tissue. Therefore, you all know 15189 refers to medical, 15 is medical, 89 is the guide, one specific is for in vitro diagnostics on human tissues. Can you change? Shall I? I will try to change the slide. Let me see whether you are able to see. Have you see? Do you see the new slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I can change the slide from now onwards. Now, where are the various ISO standards? There is ISO 17025. The 17 group is for testing and calibration only. All testing earlier for medical, before we got 15189, we were using 17025. 25 is the guide. 0 is generic. This is for testing and calibration. Whether mechanical testing, electrical testing, optical testing, whatever testing, whatever calibration, electrical calibration, mechanical calibration, 17025. IEC is International Electrochemical Society association with ISO. 1711, I have already shown you, like medical laboratories will have to comply with the requirement of ISO 15189, then only people will go to that laboratory. Similarly, accreditation bodies must be accredited as per 1711. 17 is for testing calibration, 11 is specific for accreditation bodies, is a guide, 0 is generic. Therefore, accreditation bodies like Dy.Dir can grant accreditation or check, the laboratories for ISO 15189, 17025 or 17043. 17043 is for PT provider, Equa provider. Here 17 is for testing and calibration. 0 is generic. 43 is for a guide for Equa provider, PT provider. And 34 is another guide for reference material product producers. And 19011 is another standard. People should know. 19 is the group for inspection, testing, calibration, inspection, assessment, evaluation. whereas 11 is the guide. This is for auditing. Therefore, auditors, when they undergo auditing, should refer to this. And of course, there are other standards. Now, the POCT standard 22870, which we were using till 2 months ago, is no longer used because this is deleted. Like ISO 15189 2012 is deleted. 22870 POCT is deleted. It has become part of ISO 15189 of 2022. This is about the different kinds of ISO standard. What is accreditation? It is a structure, process, outcome based evaluation. What is structure? Structure is not building windows, walls of the laboratory. There are resources. There are 8 resources, like human resources, like materials. Now, with all these resources, competent people will have conduct examination. There are activities. As a result, there is a result. That resource, activity, result based evaluation or structure, process, outcome based evaluation is accreditation process, provided they comply with the requirement of the standard. I have changed the slide. Are you able to see this slide? We require 8 quality resources to assure quality. Are you able to see this?
Yes, sir.
Oh, very good. In this, 8 quality, please remember, 8 quality resources are, 5 of them starts with letter M. Manpower. Woman power is more powerful because I wanted to use M. I have used manpower. Woman power also. Personnel. These personnel must be competent. I told you competence is the combination of appropriate qualification, adequate training, sufficient experience. That person will become competent. Then management. The owners of the laboratory. In this case, government, it is the health secretary, health minister. They are the management. They must be committed and passionate. If they are not committed and passionate, there is no management. Management will fail. Now, next is mechanism or machinery. That is the process flow chart. Must be foolproof. There are methods. We have lots of methods in any organization. Here, let me take any laboratory, mechanical, electrical, optical, food testing, biological testing, or medical testing. There are methods used. Why do we use method? Method to select and appoint staff, method to control documents, method to do auditing, method to even procurement. There are methods to carry out examination. Therefore, all the methods, whatever we use, must be validated method. Who should validate the method? It is not the laboratory people. Who supplies the method must validate the method. For example, Roche Diagnostics will supply a method, a kit. They should validate. They should give the validation certificate. But we may get validation certificate from Roche. How do we know it works? We should verify. Therefore, the user, the customer, laboratory is the customer here. When equipment is supplied by Roche, reagents are supplied by Roche. Who is the customer? The laboratory. The laboratory should verify before use. Remember, all the validation is a responsibility of service provider. Verification is the responsibility of service, user. Whatever service. For example, your medical laboratory provides results, examination results. The medical laboratory, when they provide examination result, medical laboratory is supposed to validate. Remember, but who should verify whether this is validated or not? Whether it's accurate? The clinician should verify against their requirement. Therefore, methodology very important. That's the 4th resource. 5th resource is material. The material may be petri dish, pipette tips, maybe some reagents, consumables. It may be the material may be blood and urine and stool. All the material should be of ensured quality. Remember, these are the 5 M resources. The other 2 resources starting with letter E, one is equipment. Equipment is used to measure or calculate. That equipment must be calibrated by calibration laboratory, which is accredited as per 17025. These calibration laboratories are calibrated by accreditation bodies, which are accredited by other 17011. Therefore, equipment must be calibrated, and there should be traceability of calibration to international requirement, the standard international unit, SI units. Therefore, equipment must be calibrated. All measuring equipment, thermometer or centrifuge or a pipette or atomizer, and they should be well maintained. Remember, these are all the qualities of this equipment. Coming to the environment here is temperature, humidity, vibration, noise, etc. must be controlled, monitored, and recorded. That record shall be available for the lifetime of that environment It should be available as and when requested. Now, most important resource, one of the 8 resources, most important is this information. Information is there in selecting manpower, information is required in management, information is in mechanism, information is in the method, information is in the validation of equipment. Now, information must be reliable. It should be validated, verified information, published in textbooks, journals. Therefore, information, all these 5M, 2E, and 1I are the resources. There is no 9th resource. If any one of you can come out with the 9th resource, I will recommend you for the Nobel Prize. Okay. Now, these are the 8 resources which are used in any organization, including in your kitchen. Your mother or your wife is the manpower, woman power. The management is the owner of the house. Mechanism, machinery is a foolproof. If a mother is not there, the sister will cook. Methodology is validated by your great grandmother, grandmother, and verified by your mother. And materials are all ensured quality. You don't buy rotten soji and old rice. You buy ensured quality. Otherwise, you will not accept it. The equipment used is a gas stove or a heater or an induction coil. Should be of high caliber. Environment in the kitchen should be smoke free. You have exhaust and other things. And information which is used in the house in cooking, whether it's a kitchen, bathroom, or whether it's a government, whether it's a Ashutosh department, or whether it's a laboratory, everywhere there are only 8 resources, remember. Coming to the standard, again, this is 2012, I'll make it 2022, and this 2012 has 15 management requirements, which is changed now in 2022. And technical requirements are 10, which is changed again in 2022. Therefore, these 2 are changed. The management requirement, technical requirements are changed in 2022 version. And now coming to terms and definition, there are 27 terms and definition in 2012. Number of terms and definition has come down in 2022. Coming to introduction will remain same. It has not changed in 2012 or 2022. Now, coming to the management requirements, which is at the end of the last part of 2022, it talks about policies, processes, records, etc. Whereas technical requirements are in the beginning, it talks about resources, processes, and information checking. This is about 2022 version. Now, why do we require accreditation? You all know you get national recognition, you get international recognition, your customer will accept, industry will accept your results, and you provide better assurance to customers, provide global equivalence, and you provide comparability in measurement because you become mutually recognized partner by other laboratory complying with the same kind of standard. Whether you are in Germany, Japan, or UK, once your methodology is accredited as per ISO 15189-2022, if their laboratory's method is also accredited as per ISO 15189-2022, for both of you, the great-grandfather is only ILAC, International Laboratory Accreditation Cooperation. You all come under ILAC, traceability. Yeah. Your lab in India, through NABL or through QAI, where is it trackable? It is trackable to APAC. Whether you are from accreditation body A, B, C, D, if they are all accredited by APAC, if accreditation body is the father, great-grandfather is APAC. The great-grandfather U is ILAC because APAC is a member of ILAC. Similarly, in UAE, one laboratory, father is EAC, Emirates International Accreditation Corporation. That is traceable to ARAC, Arab Regional Accreditation Corporation. Therefore, for UAE lab, if you are working there, your grandfather is now ARAC. Great-grandfather is same, ILAC. Therefore, great-grandfather for all the laboratories all over the world is ILAC. We recognize each other. Mutual recognition arrangement is established like that. Coming to who drives the accreditation in a country like ours. You should know this because you will be subjected to any one of these tomorrow. You are working in a laboratory. In your area, there are 10 laboratories. 9 laboratories are accredited for all their test methods. You are not accredited. Then you cannot survive. Therefore, there's a competition. When one laboratory gets accreditation, are you able to see the slide I'm projecting, please? I'm rechecking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Drivers of accreditation. First driver
Yes.
is a mere competition. Now, 5 of us are there. 3 people got their laboratory test examination accredited. The other 2 laboratories will also say, why not we also go in for accreditation? It's a mere competition. Number 2, another very powerful driver for your laboratory examination to go in for accreditation is the public demand. What happens, my mother at the age of 99 comes to your laboratory for some testing. My mother will ask you, is this test you are doing examination, is it accredited? If you say no, she will say, I'm sorry, I will go to another laboratory. That the public awareness we should create, then public will demand. When public demands, laboratories will automatically go in for the accreditation of their methods. Then another thing which is cropping up in India, like in US, in Australia, when when your customer comes to your laboratory, get the test done, examination done, he is covered under insurance, third party payment organization. He will claim that insurance agency will say, is this test examination done by a laboratory which is accredited for this examination? Then you will go and ask them, are you accredited for this by accreditation body which is accredited by the regional body? If you say no, then insurance may not reimburse the money. The third party payment organization is another driver. There are three drivers for medical laboratories in this country to go in for quality demonstration. One is the mere competition. Now, two is public demand. Third is third party payment organization. I tell you, all of you, please listen to me. I am going to create a massive public awareness this year, coming year, 2023. Massive public awareness. I'm going to tell every common man throughout the country, through mass media, through social media. Friends, when you go to your laboratory, ask one question first. Is this test method in your laboratory accredited? As per the
We are with you, sir.
Pardon?
We are with you. We are with you for this noble cause.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. We are with you.
I need your help. We shall create massive public awareness that they should get their examination, blood examination done only in the laboratory where they have accreditation to that method. Number two, I am going to tell public that you must also talk to insurance agency whether they make full payment reimbursement or not. I am going to create this massive awareness. That is my agenda for 2023, starting from 1st of January through Foundation for Quality India. We are going to train laboratory people to go for accreditation on one hand. We will also make accreditation bodies to accept more and more number of laboratories. We will also create massive public awareness. Unless we create mass level awareness, I tell you, quality of examination or testing will not happen in this country. Next. Therefore, we know accreditation is voluntary. Who can drive this? Public. Who can drive this? Through competition. Who can do this? By mere third-party payment organization. Then it is method specific. Accreditation is given to the methodology adopted, not to the department. In fact, I tell you, I went to one of the South Indian states and I saw one big board. XYZ laboratory is NABL accredited. I was wondering. Then I went to the laboratory. Can you show me the certificate? They showed me the front page of the certificate. That NABL certificate, that laboratory is accredited. But there's one column there to the scope attached that they did not show it to me. I said, where is the scope attached? Then they pulled out the scope. Out of 100 tests they were doing, only 5 tests were accredited. This is how they are cheating people. I think unless it comes to the knowledge of the government, accreditation bodies, this problem cannot be solved. People are even clinicians do not know. I tell you, everybody says we want NABL accredited. It is not NABL accredited. It is ISO 15189 accreditation. NABL is an agency which has taken that responsibility to come and do the assessment and grant accreditation. Please remember, globally speaking, the methodologies are accredited as per the requirement of ISO 15189. There could be 1 NABL, 10 NABL, 100 NABL. Okay? Please remember this. This accreditation is not for lifetime, like your patent, or even patent is for 20 years only. Or GI for lifetime. Now, geographical indication. Whereas accreditation is for a predetermined, limited time only for 2 years or 3 years, depending upon the accreditation body. This is about, therefore, accreditation bodies, ABs, normally independent of the government, but it may be getting some support from the government. If it is part of the government, there could be a conflict of interest because government has to be independent of this accreditation. They should give full powers to accreditation body. It should not interfere. And accreditation bodies could be more than one in a country. There's no rule saying there should be only one accreditation body for one country. Then it is not to profit organization. Please remember this. And accreditation bodies need to have mutual recognition arrangement through regional bodies and ILAC. Otherwise, that accreditation body cannot be recognized. Suppose tomorrow I may start one accreditation body, and then if I don't get a pack accreditation as per 17011, my accreditation body will be like another laboratory which is not accredited for the test method. Then people will go only to that laboratory where there's a test method accredited. Similarly, people may not come to me, they will go to accreditation body which has a MRA, mutual recognition arrangement or agreement. Coming to the standard, latest version now is 2022, which is based on ISO 9001 2015 structure and is in line with ISO IC 17025 2017. I told you the Foundation for Quality India and many other similar sister organizations are going to conduct awareness program, training program, transition program to all the laboratories in the country who wish to go in for ISO 9000, ISO 15189 2022. Okay, current version in use so far was 2012. This is now will become obsolete document. This is very important information. Please remember. Therefore, current version is in use, has 15 management requirement, like 4.1 organization management responsibility, 4.2 which is called quality management system, 4.3 document control, 4.4 is service agreement, 4.5 is examination by referral laboratories and referral consultants, 4.6 is external services and supplies, 4.7 is advisory service, 4.8 is 4.7 is identification control of non-conformities, 4.8 is advisory, 4.9 is corrective action, 4.11 is preventive action, and 4.11 is control of records, 4.12 is evaluation and audit, 4.13 is records, okay, 4.11 is continually improvement, and 4.12 is that's the preventive action. 4.12 is continual improvement, and 4.13 is records to prove that all 4.1 to 4.12 is in place. 4.14 is evaluation and audit. 4.15 is the management review. All this has come. The first 15 management requirements have come at the end of the standard in 2022. Similarly, in this technical requirements also has, of course, management should have commitment and passion. Technical requirement is divided, is now in the beginning of the standard 2022. It has resources, it has processes, it has information. Okay, coming to the quality control, quality assurance. This is a very important thing. Few more slides. Ashutosh, how much time I will have? Can you tell me?
Sir, you have half an hour.
Half an hour?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Now,
Thank you.
we got some knowledge about what is accreditation. Accreditation is to what? To the test methodology. And also we learned accreditation is voluntary. If you make it mandatory, what will happen? Let me see. Suppose the government of India declares all medical diagnostic laboratories must go in for accreditation within 1 year. We have lakhs of laboratories. They will all apply to the accreditation body. Accreditation bodies have limited staff. They cannot even count the number of applications and review the application in 1 year. Therefore, the accreditation bodies will collapse. Accreditation cannot be mandated. Number two, it is voluntary. Why it is voluntary? There's a demand. It's a democracy, you know. In democracy, when there's a demand, things will happen. This is something which we should remember. But over a period of time, like in Australia, 100% of the medical diagnostic laboratories are already accredited by NATA, National Accreditation Testing Agencies. Okay, similarly, it may happen in India. India has a big population. We may require more than one accreditation body. And Quality Council of India is looking at it in a very serious manner. Earlier, I used to be the principal advisor to Quality Council of India. And I, along with other assessors, went to Gujarat. First government, Gujarat government in the whole country, where in all the 5 medical colleges, their laboratories went in for enable accreditation, got accredited. That is one great thing which happened. Gujarat is leader today for quality services. It is being followed by other states now, like in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, in Delhi, in some of the government states, they are following it up. Now, whatever it is, in the medical laboratory, there are two things which we talk about. One is quality control. We control the quality because to one of the important tools for assurance is quality. The quality of all the 8 resources has to be there. Quality of manpower, quality of resource, quality of other resources like management and material, methodology, mechanism, information, equipment, reagents, whatever it is. Now, in the beginning, till 1960s, there was inspection in the industry. The inspectors used to come and inspect, they used to approve quality check, QC, QC. But what happened, they could have took a few samples, they would have checked. By chance, if the sample was bad, they would have rejected the whole lot. Sample was good, they would have accepted the whole lot. There were some constraints. Therefore, quality through inspection was not appropriate. Then they came to quality assurance, quality management, then total quality management. Now, in the total quality management, quality right from procuring raw materials till the results are released, or product is provided or supplied, quality is controlled at all stages. For example, in ISO 15189 of 2022, we look at quality at pre-examination level, quality at the examination level, quality at the post-exam level, quality across the laboratory, covering all activities, covering all people. And quality assurance is assuring quality to the customer is based on the laboratory self-evaluation. How is it done? So I am going to show you some slides here. Okay, just let me reduce this. Are you able to see the slide, please? With colored.
Yes, sir.
I have made one statement which has become global now. I would like to read this statement. This is part of the book we published under AHPI, Association of Healthcare Providers of India. This chapter in that book is written by 3 of us, myself, Dr. C.V. Anand, and also Dr. Jayaram, pathologist from Anand Diagnostic Laboratory. This has been, third edition is already out. And quality assurance in medical laboratory, need for an implementable policy. What I have tried to tell you, the management, laboratory management of the medical testing laboratory or medical examining laboratory must ensure quality examination result, which at the minimum require the implementable policy. What is the policy? Policy is laboratory decision what to do, why to do, when to do, who should do. This alone will lead to quality assurance. If there is an implementable policy by the management of the laboratory, then it will lead to quality assurance. And this is the backbone of quality management system. What is this quality management system? The quality management system here is set of policies, and policy says what to do, followed by set of procedures. Procedure says how to do, followed by the proof that it is done in the form of records. Records have to be created on formats. Like, for example, the examination request format. Earlier, we used to call test request format or TRF. We don't use the term TRF now. It's the examination request format. The examination request format has to be filled by medical people who request for examination. But when the format is prepared by the laboratory, they should consult these medical people who request for the exam, which is not normally done. Look at that. That's why when laboratory sends that examination request form, many of the information is not provided by the clinicians. Then laboratory says clinicians are not cooperating. Clinician says laboratory is not providing quality result. There's a tug of war. To avoid that, this particular definition what I have made, the management of the medical laboratory must ensure quality management, quality exam results in consultation with the clinicians in establishing good quality management system. Okay. Now, like this, I will show you a few. Now, coming to the quality management system. is comprises of the implementation of all controlled documents internally. Remember, this is a very important thing. All documents currently used must be controlled because it is intellectual property, right? It should not be handled by everybody. It should not be altered by anybody. It is generated or externally outsourced and covers the entire laboratory operation. Some of them are internally generated documents, some of them externally outsourced documents. These controlled documents which are in current use is only should be in place. All other documents which are not in use should be removed as to obsolete. For example, from coming year, ISO 15189-2012, it will become obsolete document. ISO 15189 2022 will become the current document. Then the quality management system, what we are talking about QMS, policies, processes, procedures, and records or evidence. These policies should be supported by procedures or processes. Procedures and processes should be supported by, should be validated by the supplier, verified by the laboratory. You want to buy Hyundai car. Manufacturer is Hyundai. He has calibrated, company has calibrated. They say give 30 kilometers per liter. You buy that car and put 1 liter petrol and run 30 kilometers. See whether it gives or not. You verify. Similarly, the laboratory people should verify after they get validated the procedures or processes. Now, implementation of processes and implementation of procedure adopted must be evidenced in the form of records. Records are the only evidence you can amend. You can amend documents. You cannot amend records. You can only correct records. You can rectify records. And the only evidence, records are the only evidence generated and approved format. A format should be approved by the customer who uses that format. If vendor evaluation is done, that vendor also should know what are all the contents of our vendor evaluation format. Clinician should know what is your examination request format, report format. Now, policies, processes, records must cover all activities and all personnel as per the requirement of this international standard. Now, latest is 2022, and any other national like Medical Council of India, maybe Clinical Establishment Act, inputs and local regulations, government. Health is a state policy. Therefore, state decides about, for example, there's a laboratory in Chennai. That laboratory has appointed some people and they got the approval from the state health department, like in Karnataka. Now, they got, the management said, these are all the people whom we are going to appoint as technicians, as pathologists, as biochemists or microbiologists. Who has appointed? The management. Who has authorized them to take the responsibility of signing the report? Management. It is the management responsibility. Now, in one instance, what has happened, I tell you. Some of our friends, assessors, went to a laboratory. On the day of assessment, they were a little cautious. What they said, they said, A, B, C, D in this laboratory who are signing the report are not authorized to sign the report. They declared. They should not have declared. They should have referred it to the laboratory. They should have told laboratory, please review. You tell whether you have selected the appropriate person as the authorized signatory. You are responsible. However, when the assessors declare that they are not authorized or they are authorized, suppose assessors so-and-so is authorized. If that so-and-so, if there's a problem tomorrow, if somebody goes to close, assessors or the accreditation body will not go to the court. They will say it is the management. Management has to take the responsibility of appointing appropriately qualified staff, appropriately competent person to sign the reports, examination reports. This is very, very important. Please remember, it is the responsibility of the laboratory. Earlier, even in our NABL, we as assessors, even including myself, we used to have one forum where we used to fill and sign and approve. These are the authorized signatories. That is removed now. It is the responsibility of the medical laboratory who have to comply with national, local, regional, institutional requirements. It is very important. Please remember this. This is the message not only to laboratory people and also to all the assessors from various accreditation bodies. Just last week, I was doing an assessment in Mongolia on behalf of one of the international accreditation bodies. In the Mongolia, I could find out one of the person was not competent to sign the report. But who should do the competence evaluation? It is the management. I told management, please do the competence evaluation for so-and-so. They review and take a new decision. Let us know whether you want to approve that person as the authorized signatory or not. Now, coming to the Quality management system is not static document. Quality management system, it keeps on changing. Policies will change, procedures will change, records will change, and it is dynamic in nature. Medical diagnostic laboratory should design. So who should design? Medical diagnostic laboratory. MDL should design, implement, continually improve the QMS, which alone can ensure quality. Major insurance of quality is from the quality management system. Ensuring quality of examination is detailed in under ensuring the quality of examinations is detailed in the standard in 2012. This is what 2000. Okay, 5189. It is the clause is changed. The content is same. Container is not important. Please remember, content is important. Container may be only this glass. This glass is the content. I may have water, I may have milk, I may have honey. Content is important. Okay, that's why the standard content is more important. This by the standard itself. Now coming to the quality assurance and quality management system. Quality management system covers all personnel, all activities, and not just limited to quality control, inter-laboratory comparison. As on date, quality control, internal quality control is limited to examination phase only. Now it has to cover the entire operation. Pre-exam, exam, and post-exam. Quality assurance and quality management systems are two sides of the same coin. This is what I have mentioned. Quality assurance, quality management system are two sides of the same currency to give value to that quality. Now, coming to the resources, I have told you about the resources. I'll move on to the few other slides. Some of them quickly I'll go through. I'm given the limited time. The quality assurance is supported by quality resources. Quality control is supported by quality resources. This again, I wanted to make this statement. Quality outcome is ensured only when competent persons uses quality resources in any organization. Now it's applicable to medical laboratory also. Therefore, you can remember what I have told you, quality outcome. The quality acceptable result is ensured only when competent persons who are qualified, experienced, and trained users quality resources in the laboratory, which cost. Quality costs. Lack of quality costs more. Therefore, please remember that laboratory should go in for quality resources, even if it goes irrespective of the financial constraint, financial implications. Then look at imprecision, and accuracy helps in understanding quality assurance. While internal quality control is used to calculate imprecision. External quality assessment is used to calculate accuracy. It is just like where we could have been and where we are. Then imprecision, Westgard rules are applied. We use them. All of you are aware of that. You plot Levy-Jennings chart. You have Westgard rules. And I will tell you a little more about Westgard. I will not go into these details, but you know that for laboratory to ensure quality, a laboratory must have quality tools. Some of them quality tools are the LJ chart, Pareto chart, Westgard rules. Now, when we go to the quality control, these quality control samples need to be tested prior to testing patient sample. If laboratory says we run quality control once in 2 days, that means only once in 2 days they accept patient samples. Every day they should have the patient sample. Every day they should run the quality control on a daily basis, or depends upon the frequency and the sample load as per the laboratory plan has to be documented. All recommended levels of quality control material should be run on a daily basis, because laboratory may get normal healthy individuals or maybe the pathological conditions. However, for some rare tests in the laboratory which are very expensive, which comes once in a week, once in 15 days, their own QC policy to ensure quality has to be economically affordable, and quality control data is used for the uncertainty measurement. Here, when I say uncertainty, it is better to be certain about uncertainty than uncertain about certainty. Please remember, it's better to be certain about uncertainty, not uncertain about certainty. Now, these are all quality control materials from one of the companies, and control should be examined using the same examination procedure after to the patient sample. Same equipment, same reagent, same, everything should be same. And these are all the LJ chart. Then we have, I will not go into the details of LJ chart. You are quite familiar. and Westgard rules, where we have several rules applied with their warning rules, rejection rules, and you also have Gaussian distribution of the quality control data. You have mean plus or minus standard deviation, 95 percentile. You know 0.98 on either side is deviation. 2 times the 0.98 becomes 1.96, which is multiplied by the mean becomes the measurement uncertainty. And measurement uncertainty itself is a very big topic. And I happen to travel with the Jim Westgard. This is myself. Are you able to see this picture, photograph, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Very well. Very well. Very well.
Okay, this is myself about 15 years ago with Jim Westgard here. We traveled all over the country, many cities, giving talks on Westgard rules. And here I must tell you something very interesting which happened. I asked Jim Westgard, look, I was sitting in the flight between Bombay and Calcutta, Bombay and Chennai. He was sitting next to me, and I asked him, Jim, every laboratory all over the world remembers you. You are not a pathologist, you are not a biochemist, you are not a microbiologist. Whereas I am a biochemist, nobody remembers me. What is the secret? He said, oh, it's all because of my daughter. Okay, is your daughter a pathologist or a microbiologist or a biochemist? No, 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 no. This happened when my daughter was around 8 or 9 years. What happened? Genius, child prodigy. He said, no, no, she loved to go to beach. I said, what is the beach has to do with your Westgard rules? He said, I will tell you. Then he said, he used to take his daughter. Father always loves the daughter. Daughter loves the father. In any family, you have your daughter, you know how close she is. Now, his daughter was also very close to him. He could not say no to his daughter. He took his daughter to the beach, and he sat in a chair and told daughter, you go to the sea. When waves come and touches your feet, you watch. Any number of times it can come and touch your feet. Nothing will happen. You are safe. And suppose the wave comes and touches your knee, then observe once again. Again it comes and touches your knee, you come back. Don't stay there. It's a warning rule. Don't do that. If wave comes and touches your waist, then you are gone. You will not come back. He said, the laboratory is like a daughter. These waves are like your QC value. Any number of times within 1s or within 2s deviation is acceptable. No harm. You can release the report. If it goes 2 times 2s, it's like touching the knee. Don't accept it. Reject it. Then if it goes beyond 3s, okay, no, don't release any report. Of course, he did not apply these rules on that day. Then I said, then when did you apply this, develop this rule, Westgard? Oh, when my daughter became 18 years young. I said, what happened? When she was 18 years, I asked, did she become biochemist or a pathologist? No. She was like me, only statistics. But she one day came and told me that I want to go for evening party. I said, okay, you can go any number of times in a month, but come back by sunset. Okay, that means he applied 10x rules. Any number of times you can go within 1s. No problem. Before sunset, you come back. You are safe. Daughter said, no, that the party starts only after 8 o'clock. Oh, in that case, you better go. I'll permit you to go only 2 times a month, but you must come back by 9 o'clock. Daughter said, Dad, that is 2s rules he applied. That the party ends at 2 o'clock in the midnight. Then Dad said, in that case, you don't come back. You are lost. I think it is not worth accepting. It is the examination results, the value of quality control goes beyond 3s. Reject. He applied that time. This is how Westgard rules were realized by him, and today we are all using that in our laboratory. Therefore, there are non-statistical tools in pathology also. In the discipline of histopathology, non-statistical tools are used by pathologists. The quality control checks in the histopathology lab will include accurate patient identification. This is non-statistical tool. Fixation, adequate processing, appropriate embedding technique, microtomy, unacceptable artifacts, inspection of controls to determine correctness of. This is in pathology. You also look at this, PT and EQA. This guide, 17043, this was a guide, now it has become a standard. Now, I will remove this, ISYC 17043 up to this PT or EQA or interlaboratory comparison, which started by the pathologists in America under the College of American Pathologists. Now they're recognized regularly to assess the performance of analytical or examination laboratories and competence of examining personnel. Now, like pathologists. Now, of course, here there is one term called CLSI, Clinical Laboratory Standard Institute. Why I'm particularly interested in this is, if you look at the ISO 15189 standard you have, 2012 version, in the references, there are something like 35 references which are only for CLSI out of 72 references. Almost 50% of the references of standard is for CLSI, Clinical Laboratory Standard Institute. And they have set of standards, lot of standards for medical laboratory. Now they are very expensive in America. Each standard costs $100, $120, $150. Then I was talking to CLSI from Foundation for Quality India. I requested, in India also we need CLSI standard. We want CLSI membership. Can you reduce the cost? CLSI agreed. We signed an MOU just about a few months ago. I signed an MOU with CLSI chairman, president, that they will bring the standard, make it available to our Indian laboratories, medical laboratories, at 1/10 the price. Remember, when you apply to this membership or the standard through Foundation for Quality India, from January onwards, you will get this standard at almost 1/10 the price. And also you get membership. And there will be a conclave of medical laboratory directors. In fact, I'm going to tell Ashutosh to kindly communicate this to all the medical laboratories in the country. You have the database. Please tell them
Yes.
on January 30th and 31st at Hyderabad, there will be a conclave of medical laboratory directors organized jointly by CLSI and Foundation for Quality India. Please come there. You will get some free samples of the standard also. You can become members of CLSI at level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1, you get limited number of standards. Level 2, you get a little higher. Level 3, around $500 if you pay. You get all the standards from CLSI at 1/10 of the price what they sell in other countries like UAE and America. CLSI standards are used in preparing ISO 15189. This is what I wanted to tell you, very important thing. Coming to quality assurance in the histopathology laboratory, have we got it right? Dr. Jairam Iyengar, my friend, is one of the leading faculty, chief faculty of Foundation for Quality India, lead assessor in NABIA, lead assessor in the IAC. He says the concept of quality assurance through, though well established in other disciplines of laboratory medicine like biochemistry, is relatively young and less understood in histopathology. This he has made the statement, and I think we pathologists will have to put in greater efforts to bring in quality assurance in medical laboratories. Therefore, QA in histopathology, quality assurance, refers to the program for systematic monitoring, systematic evaluation of various aspects of project, service, or facility to ensure the standard of quality are being met, which in the current context is an accurate histopathology report. QA includes regulation of the quality of raw material, regulation of procedures, all other steps that go into the report generation. And again, Dr. Jairam has mentioned the terms of quality control, quality assurance, total quality management are defined in a way more than one and differ from each other in the degree of process and organization involvement. All these elements should be focused to generate an accurate histopathology report and enable easy retrieval and review if needed over a defined time period. And again, when you see Dr. Jairam in quality control in the histopathology laboratory and overview with stress on the need for structured national external quality assessment scheme in IAPM, quality assurance in histopathology, the lack of objective numerical data in histopathology, descriptive nature of reports, subjectivity, individual judgment, bias, and non-uniformity of reporting pattern pose greater challenges to the assessment of quality in histopathology and few other disciplines. It is published in the Journal of Pathology and Microbiology as early as 2009. Now, quality control is traditionally applicable to 3 phases of operation in histopathology: pre-exam, exam, and post-exam. The details are given, and starting from sample acquisition and staining, mounting, fixing, submission from microscopy, study of slice, to making diagnosis and writing report in the post-exam stage. And finally, one need to remember every person involved in medical diagnostic laboratory, whether biochemist, pathologist, microbiologist, at all levels, technician, the leader, quality assurance in a medical lab refers to making sure that the laboratory is running smoothly, safely, effectively, without any error. The procedure performed in medical lab can be divided into three main: examination, pre-examination, post-exam. In fact, quality management system in medical diagnostic. Are you able to see this book? I'm showing it to you.
Sir, I can just see the, yes, sir, yes, sir, I can see, yes, sir,
Okay.
yes, sir.
This is written by my colleague, Chief Faculty and Technical Director of Foundation for Quality India. He's sitting with me,
Okay.
listening to me. I'm very
Okay.
happy to introduce Dr. Raghunath. Raghunath is the author of this book. If you request, Dr. Raghunath will make it available to all of you. Okay?
Thank you, sir. Sir, will it be possible, whether you have placed it on your website?
I will put it on the website.
Very good, sir.
Okay, and you know, it's becoming more and more intense training. This one, though, Ashutosh has told me this general, everybody is attending, all the laboratory people. Now, coming to the quality assurance in a medical lab, refers to the making sure that lab is running smoothly, safely, effectively, without any error. The procedure performed in a medical laboratory is something like metrology performed in the operation theatre on a patient. There also there is risk, here also there is risk. Therefore, pre-exam, exam, post-exam has to be looked into in a greater detail. Therefore, finally, need to remember, every person involved in medical diagnostic laboratory at all levels should know following. What is that? Which is central to the effective functioning of any medical device is quality management system. Include the processes that ensure that medical device companies, manufacturer, the industries. Ashutosh is going to organize some session on industry-based, requirement for medical laboratories. I'm sure you will organize, which conform to
Please.
the specifications intended to ensure the safe, effective functioning of the device. Therefore, device selection, device recognition is equally important, and every person involved in medical diagnostic laboratory, all levels should know difference between quality assurance and testing. Is that quality assurance, and testing is the quality assurance, and is about activities designed to make sure the project is conforming to the expectations of the stakeholders, because customer satisfaction, clinician satisfaction is very important while test examination processes to explore the system finds any defects. Therefore, the need of the hour. Every diagnostic center must ensure quality test reports. Every diagnostic center must have both quality control and on a daily basis, quality assurance at frequency designed by the laboratory system. It is not the assessment body, it is the laboratory. For both qualitative and quantitative test examination, laboratory must participate in quality assurance program accredited as per ISO 17043. If formal program is not available, if 17043 accredited program is not available, may adopt other measures of ensuring quality through exchange of sample with another laboratory. Here I would like to tell you, most of the laboratories, they say we don't have EQA, we don't have PT, therefore we send our sample to another laboratory. That is not exchange. Exchange means if I exchange my sample with Dr. Ashutosh, Ashutosh will exchange one sample from his laboratory. I will process both the samples, my lab sample and Ashutosh lab sample. Similarly, Ashutosh will process my sample and his sample. All the four data are put together, evaluated. That's called exchange of sample. Unfortunately, laboratories today are sending sample to another laboratory, and they wash their hands. They have to get sample from the other laboratory also. It's called exchange of sample. You might ask me, what about method? Method may be same or different, no problem. And remember, quality costs. Lack of quality costs more. If laboratory is not ensuring quality, customer may go to court. Then what will happen? Laboratory may have to shut down to pay compensation. That's number one. Implementing quality assurance saves money. If 1% of the revenue laboratory has earned is spent on quality control, quality assurance, you will earn 16 to 18%. This is the Harvard study. Now, finally, I would like to refer to William A. Foster. Quality is never an accident. It's always the result of high intention. It's always the result of sincere effort. It's always the result of intelligent direction. It's always the result of skillful execution of the work. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Laboratory must read this again and again. And if they want more information, will be two Foundation for Quality India and our Ashutosh. We are too happy to help you. We hold your hand. We will make our country proud. We have great opportunity. Not even 2% of our medical laboratory examinations are accredited in our country. We have great opportunity in future. I am in the old age. You people who are youngsters must take it forward. I beg you, I request you, please take this as an important mission in your life. Make our laboratory user friendly, and please see patient safety is our utmost. Patient safety are under two: process safety and procedural safety. Both should be are there in the exam in our laboratory medicine. Please see that this is implemented. With this, I wish to conclude. I would like to thank quality beyond accreditation comes based on the key performance indicators, based on interlaboratory comparison. This depends upon all the standards, referral standards from CLSI, and role of Foundation for Quality India, which I am representing, is a star grading. Very soon, we are going to invite laboratories to apply for star grading. Accreditation body cannot give star grading because of conflict of interest. The Foundation for Quality India, with a couple of international bodies, we are going to give 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, 2-star grading to accredited testing laboratory, because laboratory A, laboratory B, they get accredited for some examination. But laboratory A may be better than laboratory B. That is what Foundation for Quality is planning to do. We have already got the approval. Then role of Foundation for Quality India is economically affordable services from the laboratory. Even the training is provided at most affordable cost. And if there are technicians who are jobless, who are looking for a job, they can apply for this training program, and we provide them training program free of cost, like what our Ashutosh is doing. No charges will be there, and they will get a certificate. With this certificate, they can get a job. And of course, Foundation of Quality India, as I had already mentioned, we are going to give massive awareness, public awareness in 2023. We need your help. With this, I would like to thank our Ashutosh and his team, the organization, and all of you for your patience in listening to me. I'm sorry we lost 20 minutes. I don't mind continuing now. For your queries, I will be very happy to answer. Over to you, Ashutosh. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Sir, there is one very good question from one of the participant, and the participant is, I think, very renowned person, Mala Ramesh. She has asked why the accredited laboratory pathological labs do not quote uncertainty in their reports which are issued to patients.
Okay. Very $1 million question.
Yes, sir.
Standard very clearly says, ISO standard, laboratory shall determine the uncertainty factor, but there is no need to give this uncertainty result to any of his customers, her customers, because if it is put on the report form, then the customer thinks laboratory is uncertain. Therefore, to avoid that, if the customer is capable of understanding what is the acceptable uncertainty, they can ask for this uncertainty value. Laboratory should hold that uncertainty value with them, then they should release it. Okay? There's no...
Very good, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, with your very great explanation and the presentation, we are actually fond of you, sir. And as you told this, what is your next idea? Certainly, we are with you, sir. We will work together for making this country, our country, the best country. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
I would like to thank you.
For Regional Reference Center. Thank you very much. Ashutosh,
what a kind support.
You are great. I love
Thank you, sir.
for this kind of awareness you are creating without charging 1 rupee from anybody. I tell you,
Thank you.
This service of yours should go to the attention of our Prime Minister. I tell you, like Prime Minister, I am also very concerned about projecting our country's image all over the world. I was at minus 47 degrees in Ulaanbaatar last week in Mongolia. From there I rushed and you called me. I said, okay, I prepared the slides just last 2 days. And I am very honored. I was blessed to be with you with all this part.
Sir, we are blessed. We
Yeah.
are blessed.
Thank
You are here, we are blessed. Sir, I would like to thank you, especially thank
I have
you.
wonderful colleagues. We have 37 faculty who conduct this training program all over the country and abroad. In fact, people
Very good.
take use of this. Okay.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you with all the participants and the NICT, Mr. Santosh, who has made this program successful. With this, I would like to close. Thank you very much. Sir, kindly send me the presentation. I will share with all.
I will send you the PowerPoint to you today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.